Hello everyone, and today we'll be interviewing Henry Parks on Celebrities Back from the Dead.
Dun dun dun!
And here he is now.
Hello!
Hello, Henry. How was your childhood?
Well, I was born in a poor, uneducated family in Stoneleigh, England. My parents were Martha and Thomas Parks, and I lived with my 7 siblings.
Yay!
Yay! Woo!
That was very interesting. Now tell us about what people thought of you before Parliament.
People thought I was an overweight, lazy man who drank too much. I admit that I did drink, and I loved my food.
Wow, that is harsh. So tell us about your family.
Well, my first wife's name was Clorinda Varney, and I was with her from, I can't remember, it was so long ago. You can't remember when we were together, your very first wife. We were together from 1836 until 1888. Oh, yes. My second wife was Eleanor Dixon, and I was with her from 1889 until 1895. Finally, my third wife was Julia Lynch, and I was with her from 1895 until 1896.
Wow, to those spouses. Any children?
Well, I had 3 children. Their names were Varney Parks, Cobden Parks, and, Annie Parks, yes. Oh, sorry, sweetheart.
Wait a minute. If you were uneducated, how did you get into Parliament?
Well, I read lots of books, so I taught myself.
That's very interesting. Now tell us about your jobs back in the day before Parliament.
Back in the day, I worked in Sydney as a customs officer. Then I set up a business importing toys. I also set up a newspaper called The Empire.
Very interesting. Did you work when you were younger?
Yes, I worked at the age of 8 as an ivory turning trader, which my parents made me do.
So, what's an ivory trader?
Well, I sold elephant tusks on the street. I can see giraffes, I can see zebras, I can even see camels. But where are the elephants? I'm not gonna get paid.
Tell us about your newspaper, The Empire.
Well, I used to publish a newspaper in which I wrote about my political views.
Now that we have found out a lot about you, we now want to know about your story about Federation. Please tell our viewers what Federation is.
Federation is when all of the colonies in Australia join together to make a nation. Oh, it's so exciting!
So, Henry, what led you to become one of the Federation icons?
I always had an interest in Parliament, and in 1854 I entered the New South Wales Parliament as a Premier for 5 different terms, which I very much enjoyed.
Very good. Now tell us about how you helped federate Australia.
I started by writing a speech towards the Federation of Australia, and what a speech it was, which I delivered to all the different colonies. After I did that, the colonies had a better idea of what Federation was, and that's my story. Thank you for listening to my Federation story. I've hoped you learnt a little bit more about Federation. Thank you all. Woo! Go Henry! Yeah, Henry! Woo!
Thank you for telling us about your fantastic story, Henry. We have enjoyed having you very much.
My pleasure, girls.
That was Henry Parks, everyone.
See you next time on Celebrities Back from the Dead.
Dun dun dun!